Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Lucas Matthews. I am the Director of Advertising Strategy for Sunken Stone. I'm here today to talk about our Amazon advertising hierarchy. This is how you should be setting up your PPC campaigns if you haven't done this already. This is going to be most valuable for experienced or somewhat seasoned Amazon sellers, people who have PPC experience. But before we get into that, you guys know the drill. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I promise it'll be valuable. I've been doing this for 5+ years. I know an awful lot about Amazon PPC. I won't waste your time. I promise you'll learn something. Now to get started, so Bulletproof, we're going to use them as an example. One of my favorite brands on Amazon from an advertising PPC standpoint. I've tried Bulletproof coffee. I just can't get over the butteriness of it. I think it's gross. I'm sure it has all sorts of benefits, but I can't wrap my head around it. But they do great on Amazon, so we're going to talk about them today. First off, the most important thing you need to do on Amazon PPC before you do anything else, if you're not doing this, you need to get on it. Make sure you're protecting your sponsored product placements. Those are these. So these first 4 sponsored product spots, if you have 4 distinct products, you should show up for every single one of these for each of your brand terms every single time. Check on the front end, use an incognito browser. You need to fill these up. So there's a row of these. Got a bunch of nonsense. I'm just looking at Bulletproof. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's another list of sponsored product ads. They've got all those too. So they've got a pretty sprawling product library, but they do an awesome job of making sure to get all those spots for themselves. If you scroll through this, you only see other like pieces of media, like movies and such. As far as actual coffee products, don't see too many. If we search Bulletproof coffee, same thing. They're all over the place. Amazon includes this I hate this. I never use it. But the video ad spot, they've got that. They've got everything. But the most important thing, this row, sponsored product ads, get those. You should know what your brand terms are. This is both exact and broad match. Lately, I've been using more phrase match, however you want to do it, but just make sure you've got one ad type, that's the exact, and then one that's either phrase or broad, however confident you feel about your brand terms. Bulletproof is kind of a good example. If you just targeted Bulletproof phrase match, you might get like Bulletproof vest. Even though Bulletproof is the brand term for coffee, it kind of has some overlap there, so make sure you understand your brand terms, but grab these. However you want to do that, search term report, keyword research, make sure to get the brand terms. Moving on, next most important from a sales perspective, if you have access to it, do the purchaser retargeting. So these are display ads, look like this. I'm using IMDb because Amazon owns it. But you get this is a huge ad, but you get text, you get a logo, they automatically include the star count, and then if you got a coupon, it'll show that too. Just from initial results, we've seen great progress there. So run purchaser retargeting if you have it. It's cheap clicks, cheap conversions. Make sure that you capture all of the customers that have viewed or purchased your product, especially something like Bulletproof. It's a repeat purchase product. Got to get them back. Like if somebody bought one of these, make sure you kind of bother them. Stay on their ass about it. After that, these banner ads, you need to get this spot too. So this shows up for most searches. You get text, you get a logo, you get these 3 spots. But for all your brand terms, you should separate this out into its own campaign, just so that you can track it separate. And if your sponsored brand ACoS does start getting high, like an aggregate, you can turn everything off but this. The benefit mostly is that it's a huge piece of screen real estate. It's we call this above the fold. So now Amazon makes it that when you search, everything you see is an ad. For better or for worse, it's great for me as an Amazon PPC manager, but for the customer, kind of iffy. But the truth is that that's what they're doing. You got to get the spot. And then make sure that you've got 3 of your products here. You don't need 3, but you should be showing 3. After that, more branded. You thought I was done, but I'm not. Branded product targeting ASINs. So that would be this. So they say products related to this item. You've got this whole slider. They have another one that's just for products 4-star above. That's all these. There's only one spot that they're missing out on. It's this Kuai coffee. So extremely impressive efforts on their part. They've really gobbled all this up, and you should do the same. It's an ASIN targeted campaign. You should have a list of your own ASINs. For each of your product groups, open up a product targeted campaign and only target these branded. Really crank the bids up, and then just pay attention. Like every time you look at your own detail page, just scroll down and see what you're seeing. Like you should be seeing most of your products, and especially for a brand like Bulletproof, you could fill up every single one of these spots. And it makes your detail pages look good. They've got this nice consistent color scheme. Like I really like what Bulletproof is doing from an Amazon perspective. They've got a great brand. After that, we've got even more branded. This is the last of the branded targeting types that you should get, but it's branded sponsored display product targeting. So a lot of the same words get repeated a lot. I wish Amazon's naming convention was better, but it's SD product targeted. So that's this, and this. These are all ASIN targeted ads. This is where they're kind of slipping up. These are a new ad type, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just haven't gone on top of this yet. But you can target this spot all with, it's CPC based, it's easy. They aren't using it, but you can have logos and ad text. Those convert even better. So build it. You could do the same logo and the same ad text as you do from your sponsored brand ads. If you have those, make it really easy on yourself. It doesn't take long to set up. And like, look how visible that is. That's right there. And the benefit of the sponsored display ads is when you're running a coupon or a deal, it'll give this nice little orange border and say like, save 10% or $5 off. That's pretty enticing. If somebody's like just about ready to set up a repeat purchase, or if they're doing a one-time purchase, like you want to make sure that somebody's not there, enticing your customer. You want to make sure to grab all these. This little Amazon brand spot, that's not sponsored display. Amazon places their own products here. I think that's garbage and antitrust sort of issue, but that's for a different video. The next ad type that you should be launching that we do pretty much immediately for most of our product groups. We're taking a little bit more time. I'll discuss that in a future video, but we like to launch automatic targeting campaigns. These target ASIN targets. That's these, and they also target the keyword targeted spots, and those are these. They do it automatically, hence the name. Amazon determines this. You can add negative keywords. There's 4 different breakouts as far as like what you want to bid on. Substitutes, complements, loosely related, and close related. I'm pretty sure I memorized that right. So Amazon targets these automatically. So it's very easy on your part. It's very easy to control that ACoS. We set up a low bid, so that's usually like right around 25 cents, and then a higher bid. It completely depends on the product, but that's around $1. You want your low bid automatic campaign. It provides such a nice lever, like depending on what your profitability goals are. If you have that really low bid, like the performance is strange. Sometimes it performs even better sales-wise than the high bid automatic, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure why Amazon allocates traffic that way, but they do. So we launch 2 automatic campaigns per product targeting type, one with low bid, one with high bid. Start with the low bid. I'd create them both and then leave the high bid paused. Run the low bid for a while. You'll get great ACoS. You'll get good search terms. A lot to glean from that. And then if you're ever running a lightning deal, what you have to watch out for, a high bid automatic campaign will frequently bid on today's deal placement, and that's a homepage. So it might not show it to me, but sometimes they'll have like a little slider somewhere in here that shows you like random little lightning deals. Today's deals even, you can select this, and it'll let you know you can pay for these. We've seen ACoS just get really, really high on those. So the high bid automatic, you'll really burn out your budget and you'll see really, really high ACoS if you're not paying attention. So make sure to stay on that. Low bid first. After that, you got to make sure to get your non-brand targeted keyword targets. So that would be if we looked up keto coffee Bulletproof. So they're not getting these. There's other brands of keto coffee that are getting them. But these are going to be your next highest converting products. You might see pretty high ACoS on these, but conversion rate wise, these are going to be your best. So you're more likely than not to have at least some non-brand keywords that you can convert within a profit margin that's tolerable for you, and you can just blow the budget out on those. Find those and then really max those out. Make sure that you're not losing ground. Bulletproof coffee with the brand recognition. Like you've got this 4-star. This one's pretty good. That one has 4 stars. This one's kind of cheap. I don't like the branding very much. So I bet Bulletproof could, muscle their way in here if they wanted. This is a top of first page placement. So these are obviously the best. You can pay for that. But if you scroll a little bit, there's another round of sponsored product ads. So they should at least be in here. You would think that they would secure that. So I'm curious what their bid strategy is. Next most important, the non-branded sponsored brand. So just like branded, falls in the same way. They're getting this sponsored brand spot. Looks good, takes up a lot of screen real estate. The only problem is they've got MCT oil here. They've got a coffee and a protein bar. That's fine. They have multiple coffees though, so I do like pods, the bag coffee, and maybe another one just to make it like more enticing for a coffee shopper. So I like to do these per product group. At least group it similar if you've got kind of a sprawling brand. Like if you're a brand that sells supplements and food and topical ointments or whatever it is, I would, if you're targeting food keywords, I would make sure that the 3 ASINs are all food, or at least try to group it similar in that way. But this definitely is the next most important. ACoS is higher, I found, than sponsored product ads, but it's still worthwhile to do these. If you double dip, if you have both, there's some good, you'll save on ACoS on both. The word here is synergy. I hate that word. It feels like corporate buzzwordy, but it's true. There's benefit from running both these in tandem. Next most important, and this is slowly, to me, becoming more important than the sponsored brand. It hasn't eclipsed it yet, but it's quickly becoming that way, and it's this video ad spot. It's huge. They give you a nice big video. I never turn on audio, but people can. It's enticing. The click-through and conversion rates are both really, really good. You just don't, it's not quite as visible because most people like to stick around in sort of these spots. But this, they're opening more of these video ad spots. I wouldn't be surprised if in 2021, this video ad placement becomes more important than this, or they might even have a video here. Who knows? But video is the future of Amazon. If you don't have video assets, invest in video assets. Last but not least, I talked about doing sponsored product ads, really close keyword targeting. What you can do, this is becoming less and less of an effective strategy, but it's worthwhile if you're confident about your product star rating. I like to just drop, no bid automation, nothing like that. But if you add something like you're bidding on this bulletproof coffee, I would just include a campaign that just had coffee bid set to like 20 cents and just let that ride out. You can see really, really good ACoS figures from that. Get some good keywords. And if you keep the bids low, you don't really risk running out of budget very quickly. Last but not least, what we recommend doing is only in situations where you really want to be aggressive with your ad spend. Let's say we did something like super coffee. If somebody else, okay, Super Coffee is doing a good job, but this is Rude Awakening. So Rude Awakening is bidding on Super Coffee's ad spots. So Rude Awakening is saying, hey, we're probably going to be over 100% ACoS, but there's a likelihood that people are going to keep ordering this. So let's just get in front of them. Let's take one of Super Coffee's customers because, for whatever reason, we have grouped them together. So we're willing to bid on somebody else's brand terms. These are usually going to be not nearly as good of an ACoS as non-brand, and especially not nearly as good of an ACoS as your own brand. But if you want to get aggressive, or if you have some competitor that you really, really want to knock down a peg, you can bid on their brand terms. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So that pretty much concludes the video. As far as ad types that you can run in Seller Central, I would run them in those orders. But most important, if you're not protecting your brand, do that first. If you take one thing from this video, protect your brand. Really make sure to nail that down. So this is one of many videos to come. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, to remind you, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. There's going to be awesome content, and it's really going to help you guys sell better on Amazon. I only talk about stuff that's valuable. I have tons of experience. I promise you it'll be worthwhile.
I hope that video was helpful. I hope that you were able to get some value out of it. Once again, if you could do us a huge favor and like and subscribe, that would be amazing. We're putting out a lot of really good content to help both people who are looking specifically for PPC help and people who are looking for Amazon help, just in general. We're a bunch of experts. We know what we're talking about, and we produce good stuff. So please check us out. You won't regret it. Check the link in the bio for a lot of other good downloadable content. These are PDFs, teach you everything you need to know about Amazon. And if you'd rather just have us take care of everything, please feel free to reach out through the sunkenstone.com website. We know how to handle an Amazon PPC account front to back, so you'll be in good hands. If you want more tips on how to reduce your ACoS, check out this video. It's our 7 tips to reduce campaign-wide ACoS. Really helpful stuff. You could be saving thousands of dollars just from that video view alone. And with that, happy optimizing, everyone.